Hi, morning, evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Dear Anybody, letters written by my late father Jimmy Hodge in 1999. And if you've been with the journey so far, you'll know that I'm his son Kevin, and I've been reading something like 360 of these during the year. And we've got the last couple of to read out now because we've got to the 30th of December, one more day to go. Apparently, George Harrison was attacked at his home in Henley and survived, but in hospital he had chest wounds and things. We're never quite sure, never doesn't go into why and how someone got through an absolutely massive security system, but they did. The Millennium Fever is rising, and apart from the millions about to descend on London, television stations are preparing for the marathon coverage, most of it of live events around the world. It said the excitement reminds him of the time when my dad was part of a team of about 10, and they were starting a new local paper in the Medway towns called the Evening Post. And I do remember the excitement, moving from a sort of weekly newspaper called the Chatham Observer to a daily. Now that was really quite seen as quite revolutionary at the time. So, and he said we worked like Trojan for weeks on end, and then when the baby was born, so to speak, they all could relax, and then Dad had to sort of say, well, you do realise we've got to do this all again tomorrow, and again the next day, and again the next day, because it was a 5-day-a-week newspaper. Sadly, no more. I think it probably closed about 5 years ago. In fact, I think the only paper in the Medway towns is a sort of Kent Messenger based, which is one of those papers that looks a bit the same, whether you're in Medway, Folkestone, Deal, Thanet, Whitstable, it all looks a bit the same. Yesterday, the Archbishop of Canterbury, now who was that? Really 26 years ago, George Carey. He apologised for wars, racism and other sins committed in the past in the name of Christianity. And he was joined by the church leaders. So Dad said he won't be able to, in 1,000 years' time, will we do it all again and not have learned from the past? Who knows? P.S. today, the Mug House Pub Darts team in Claines, Worcestershire, is blaming the fact that they've lost every game in the last 6 years on the fact they drink too much. So obviously they were not there for the darts, they were only there for the booze. Anyway, look, it's the 30th, so if you're preparing, tomorrow, New Year's Eve and all that, if you've been watching this far, really sincere thank you. I wish I could get all Dad's letters published, and if anyone's got any thoughts about how to do that, please let me know. They're not digitised, but I might do my best. Anyway, you take care. Thanks for watching, and my day you go. Bye.